is podcast AMLO, coming to you from the Southeast Essex coast, as featured on BBC Essex.
You're listening to A Midlife Less Ordinary, the weekly podcast giving you the lowdown on becoming a cool older dude. The good times are not a faded memory. It's time to start living them again. And here are your hosts, Wayne and Trev.
Hello and welcome to A Midlife Less Ordinary. A bit of a mixed emotions about this one. This is the last episode in this season. My name's Wayne and my long-term amigo Trev is joining me on another episode to say goodbye for this season. Trev, hello.
Hello. I feel sad. Feel like I'm welling up.
Yes, but what's the reason for that?
It's the last one.
I thought it's because I was going to tell you because it's the end of the season, I've produced some music especially for you. Not the Jason Donovan song, by the way.
Oh,
yeah, no, sorry.
It did come in my head there. Now I can't get it out of my head. She's nice, this. I like this.
Yeah, I've been working on this for you, so I'd like to play it to you if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, I'd love to hear it.
Right.
I really would love
Here we
to hear
go.
it.
Just buckle your seatbelts.
Thanks. What is that? What the hell is that?
What do you mean? You don't know what that's about?
It just sounds like high school to me. What is that about? Why are you doing this?
Trev, you were known as the Pied Piper of Southend. Come on, that's Pied Piper. That's as Pied Piper as I'm going to find for free anyway. Look, you remember that, Trev? I remember when you lived in your flat, when you first lived on your own in a flat. I used to go around. I've got to make this sound right because this could come across wrong, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm not sure where you're going, but go on.
But to be fair, I used to go, and there used to be like a queue of kids outside Trev's house waiting to be given stuff because Trev's known for his generosity, and the kids love him. Obviously, he's like, whether it's giving away games, music, letting them play his PlayStation. I mean, the parents were with them as well, to be honest. Just so we're clear there.
Yeah, it was a lot of my neighbours and the kids down the street. I used to give them like stickers from like mountain bike magazines and Kerrang and Metal Hammer, and they used to come in to play my PlayStation, didn't they?
Yeah.
Actually, they were like so cheeky at one point in the summer that we were having a water fight. I was having a water fight. I went and got a saucepan of water and threw it over them. And
it's child cruelty, Trev.
The little sods, what they did. I had a communal hallway, so they decided to get a hose and put it through my letterbox.
Oh dear me!
But what they didn't realise
lovely kid.
was all it did was flood the hall. And obviously my neighbour upstairs, who I got on with really well, was not impressed at all.
Of course not. No. Oh dear.
Yes.
See, this is what I mean by being the Pied Piper. Sorry about that. I don't know if you was expecting some kind of epic gladiatorial music or something, Trev, with Southern rock vibes.
I was expecting some kind of...
Not as some mothers do have them kind of tribute band.
Yeah, I was expecting some kind of action hero rock tune, and I just got a man playing...
I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to disappoint you. I thought it'd make you smile, but I didn't mean it to bring back bad memories about hosing down your neighbour's house.
Now,
but,
one quick story as well about those kids, and this shows you how awful I could have got in trouble back. But I had a corner shop where I was a paper boy when I was a kid, and it was like 3 doors down. So I used to kind of have a shower or something, and if I would like run out of milk, I'd walk up to there in my dressing gown and like with a towel on my head because I had long hair then. And sometimes I'd see the kid next door in there, and he was giving me a lot of jip. And so just as a laugh, I just showed him my bum. Just like, I know. But anyway.
I mean, I know this is 25 years ago, but still, has it changed that much?
Anyway, what happened was, my wife was my girlfriend then, and her mum was a teacher at this school, and the kid was in her class, and he went into school and said, Trevor showed me his bum last night.
I don't know if I should be laughing at this or I should be crying. To be fair.
Anyway, let's get out of that.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know where this was going. This was meant to be a little tribute to your past. I didn't know anything about this shady stuff, and now you've brought me into it. So this episode, as we like to do at the end of the season, is a bit different to everything else. We haven't got an interview today. We couldn't find any. No, we could find somebody. Obviously, we can find people. But on the last episode of the season, we like to do something a bit different. Celebrate the end of the season. Have a chat about something meaningful. Usually, that's only something that's not meaningful to everyone else. Maybe like we haven't completed a Metal Gear Solid game or something. But I'm sure we can find something better than that. But what we thought we would do for the end of season is call this episode "The Secret Love of Pet Owners," and that's basically celebrating the fact that Britain, especially, but across the world, unless you're from China, then you just eat them. We love pets. We love our pets, and we actually love our pets a lot more than humans sometimes, I believe. Would you say so, Trev?
Oh, easily, to be honest, yeah. A lot of people who follow me on social media and know me know that I've always loved cats. I've never had many pets. I've never had a dog. I've always had cats. I've had, when you were a kid, you had gerbils and hamsters and stuff like that. But yeah, cats has always been my thing. And people, my cat I've got now is probably deserves his own social media.
Well, I was going to say, if anyone who follows us, they'll be able to see the things that your cat gets up to. It's quite amazing.
Oh, honestly, when I got him from the rescue place, because I'm into that, I know people love pedigree cats and animals, but there's so many animals out there walking the streets and stuff like that. And like, if you're going to get an animal, get a rescue one, because they just need homes. It's all right having like a made to measure little Persian or, I understand that, but when you go in these cat homes, it's just soul destroying. And when I got Pliskin, and I'll tell you why he's called Pliskin, I knew instantly that he was mine, because I walked in and he's sitting there with one eye, and he's a big fella, isn't he?
Oh, he's a lump. Yeah, he's like a lion.
Yeah. And he just climbed up the cage. he was like, I can't believe I can't remember. What's the guy that climbs up the fence in The Great Escape? Ives, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
and getting shot down. He was doing that, and I was like, and as soon as I opened the gate, the door, he was all over me, purring. He was like a machine gun. He's like, and that was it. And I was so worried that someone else was going to take it. I agreed to have him on the spot. I kept phoning the cat home.
I thought you were phoning the cat. I was going to say.
His own mobile.
Yeah. Charlie says.
Yeah, good. From the past, that's good.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about the project number, are we?
No.
But yeah, I was so worried I'd phoned every day to make sure he was still there. But he's a character and a half. They always say that cats have got two homes.
Yeah.
And he virtually lives with my next door neighbour as well. He spends the night with me and in this house, and then all the morning, and then he toodles off at lunch and goes next door and sits with him. It's like as though that's what you do.
Well, the difference is between, dogs and cats are the two predominant pets that we have in Britain. How many? What do you think the percentage is? The share is, Trev? What do you reckon between cats and dogs in the UK?
Well, the thing is, they're for different reasons, because obviously cats are so independent and don't need, where dogs are
the opposite, aren't they? Yeah, it's like having a baby. Yeah.
I'm gonna. This is a guess.
It's quite even. I was quite surprised. It's quite
60% cat, 40% dogs.
It's actually. Oh yeah, but sorry, you're doing the wrong percentage sense, and I don't know how to break that down. But out of 51% of UK adults own a pet, so basically over half the population have a pet of some kind, and out of that, 26% of UK adults, or over a quarter. I'm not patronising you, by the way, with maths. Just trying to emphasise it in a kind of way. 26% of UK adults have a dog, with an estimated population of 10.1 million dogs, and 24% of the UK adult population have a cat. That's 10.9 million cats. How does that work? If it's less, there's less percentage of cats, but I suppose it's just the way it works on the ratios. But yeah, so very even. It's very even, sort of 10 to 11 million. If you want to know, 2% of the UK adult population have rabbits, but I don't know if that means. No, I'm not going there with that. But yeah, So yeah, so it's quite a few, and you were just going to point out, Trev. The difference is dogs need you. They're sort of our man's best friend, aren't they? If you want something standing by your side,
I get it.
You need the attention. You like that,
it.
but if you want something that just drops in and out, entertainment,
They don't care for you.
No, they don't. They use you, but.
They do.
But you can kind of leave them alone, and you don't have to walk them all the time. They walk themselves, don't they?
There's nothing more soul destroying than thinking, I'll get my cat in because he's across the road. And you're calling him and he just looks at you nonchalantly like, what do you want?
Yeah.
I'm over here now. It's like, I'm not ready for that. I'm really not. It's just like...
Why did you tell everyone why you called him Pliskin?
Well, basically, obviously people that have listened to the podcast know that I'm a massive film fan and I'm a big Kurt Russell fan and John Carpenter fan. And as soon as I saw he had one eye, I was like, it's Pliskin. We did toy about calling him like Pushkin, but he sounded Russian. He sounded like some like fullback that plays for like Spartak Moscow. I was like, no, I can't do that. But Pliskin, his name was Popeye, and you're not going to call your cat Popeye. No. Unless you're a big Popeye fan, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But Pliskin, and I even
the French Connection.
Oh yeah, Doyle, Popeye Doyle. Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, Pliskin, I actually managed as well to get him a black and white kind of winter fatigue collar, which is virtually identical to like Snake's trousers in Escape from New York, which I thought was cool. But yeah, he because he's such a character. We used to live next to like a supermarket and a pub, and he would just nonchalantly walk round to the supermarket. And he actually figured out how to open the magnetic doors, the doors. He knew that if he waited, he'd just walk in, he'd sit under the bakery fans or the banana stall. Don't know what it was, that was his thing. But they used to lock him in the office. They loved him there. People would give him treats and stuff. So it was awful. He was just like going back and forward. But I'd get phone calls at work saying, your cat's in the supermarket again. I won't tell you which one it is because that's advertising. Yeah,
he's at the checkout. Yeah, he's checking out now. He's
yeah, but he would. They'd lock him in. So I'd go in there, and he'd just be sitting there on like one of the chairs in their office. Like, this is what I do. But yeah, because you've got a pet, haven't you, as well?
Yeah, I mean, people don't put as much onus on having something like I've got a parrot. The problem with parrots is, I mean, obviously, I can understand why people don't go for birds mainly, because they're not. You can't cuddle them in the kind of same way as you can dogs and cats. They don't have that, and also they bloody live for a long time. So this little bugger will probably outlive me. I've had him 21 years, and he's probably going to live to. He's not a bigger parrot, but he's going to live to about 40. So he's going to outlive me basically. I know that's a bit morbid, but it's a bit sad to know that I might have to put him into my will or something. You know what I mean? And it's just like,
yeah.
Sorry,
what's his name?
Oh, his name's Foggy after Cole Fogarty, the motorcycle world champion. But it's cool. But it was a purchase I'm at, and pets are hard work. Don't get me wrong. There's lots of benefits to it. Let's run through some of them. I mean, I'll run through the sort of some reasons that we have pets, and I mean, this isn't going to be the same for all pets, obviously. Like, they keep you fit. I can't see how my parrot keeps me fit unless he escapes, which he has done before, and I'm chasing him all around the thing while he's smashing into windows.
Free, it's like that film Rio. I'm born free.
Exactly, they do. I mean, parrot. I mean, my parrot can come out and you can sit, but I don't. To be honest, he doesn't like me. It's weird, but it's a bit like you. He starts biting me and everything.
I don't like you.
Yeah, he don't like you. Don't like. Yeah, it's a Star Wars scene back to there. But yeah, number one reason people have pets is to keep you fit. I mean, dogs. Yes, you can understand it. Some dogs need loads of exercise. Yeah. They make sure you're never lonely. You can understand that. A lot of people, especially people that are widowed, maybe retired or chosen to live on their own.
These two, by the way, count for Pliskin. The only reason you could keep fit with Pliskin, because he's such a fat lump, is like doing weights with him. Like,
he actually does it. He lifts more than you, doesn't he?
Lifting him, exactly.
Yeah, you can lift him. Yeah.
Keeping company, he couldn't give a shit.
Yeah. Exactly. But I know how much you adore your cats, and obviously we'll speak a bit more in a minute and expand on that. But yeah, other reasons are they lower your stress levels. Apparently, that's
That's a joke.
I know. I was going to say you're chasing around in the unnamed supermarket, trying
fighting, taking on the world.
Worried about him. It's like having a teenage kid. You're worried about where are they at night. Come in. Yeah.
You know this. I've got him a tracker. We have to digitally like GPS tracker. He's got a huge black collar. I've got on my phone, so I know where he is. We have to pay for that every year.
Exactly. Yeah,
exactly. It's madness.
I know it's mad. Yeah, it's like having it's as expensive as having a child. You can't go on holiday when you want. All these negatives. I like to break the negative, but the positives I think outweigh it, and it proves it with the numbers. But they can help you make friends. I mean, I know that's true. Obviously, you can stand at the front of your house and your cat's like sitting there being stroked by everyone. And you're like, hello, and you all of a sudden you're talking to someone. There's dogs, especially. I live in a place where everyone's got a dog, and it
times it.
Yeah, of course, he knows when
got a school here
to get the attention they want.
He actually sits there, he knows at 3:00 and at 8 there's kids walking past that will make a
give him attention.
So he just sits there like,
one of the most amazing things that I learned from a TV a little while ago, scientific breakthroughs with dogs, for example, is they can be, they're trialing it now, I believe, but they can be taught to smell out cancer early on in patients. Yeah, I've seen this. It's amazing, and they've actually saved lives because they can smell more than some of the machinery in that we can produce. I don't know if it's any better than the sort of the little microbots that are now floating around since we've had the vaccine. Maybe that can do it instead. The nanobots. Sorry, the nanobots have probably sorted all that out. But sorry.
I know your pet can like sniff a kebab.
They can definitely sniff a kebab or a sausage.
I walk in with my house with a kebab. Cliskin's just like you're like one of the Bisto kids, like any bounds at the go cat.
I don't know about cats with the smells. I'm not sure. They have other senses, don't they? But because cats are still in the development of being mostly wild, still, aren't they? I mean, dogs have been totally domesticated, from what I understand. Teaching kids responsibility, that's true. I mean, the only thing is, your kid will go to you. I mean, again, we've spoke about this before, and we don't want to come across preachy. Trevor and I haven't got kids, but with the experiences that we understand, kids will say, please, can I have a doggy? I'll take it out every day. They don't do that. They'll have it for 2 days. They'll get bored of it. You'll be doing it, clearing up all of its mess, everything else. So don't fall for that old one, everyone. We all know that they go, please get me one for Christmas. I don't know why they all sound like Jiminy Cricket out of some sort of Victorian Dickens play, but please, sir, get me a cat. Yeah.
I have a cat. And then they don't care.
They don't care. So, don't fall for that old chestnut. No. But it is true. They make you feel safe. Dogs, obviously, especially. It's a known fact that thieves won't, from anyone's got a dog, especially. I don't know about cats so much, but...
Our cats, to be honest,
I won't want to argue with your cat, to be fair.
No, the cats, man, the worst thing about cats is they freak you right out. You'll be sitting there watching TV, and a cat will just like look at a space for like 10 minutes, and you think, what's he looking at? And is there like a ghost in here? Because he's slowly turning his head. It's probably like a little like fly or something, but you can't see it.
No.
And you think, is there some kind of apparition in here that only that cat can see? And it's like really freaking me out. In the end, I've put him out. I'm like, you ain't freaking me out anymore. He probably does it on purpose. He probably goes out. I put him out. He probably gets me the other cat and go, that guy's such a sucker. I pretended there was a ghost in there, and he freaked out.
So maybe he's not doing the job that is intended. But there's all them benefits to having the pets, and you can see. I can see all the benefits, especially as I say, for people that are lonely, haven't got anyone else, their family not around. The responsibility of having
like 8 to 10 dogs because you're so lonely.
Well, you would think I would, wouldn't you? You think I'd have cats everywhere. I'd be got no friends, got nothing to do, go and play in the mud. I'm summing up the whole season here, and I have all the abuse you've given me.
Find worms and keep worms.
Yeah, find worms. Go fall into holes, find antique bottles with this, that, the other. But it's a hard life, Trev. It's a hard life. But I just thought this way. I know last time we done an episode like this, we kind of decided we weren't going to do any kind of quiz that day. But I know people get disappointed when we leave out Test the Guest, and we haven't got a guest this week. I've only got you.
Before you go down there, we actually had Wade and I met up the other day outside my house and one of
Yes.
my neighbours
Ah, that was freaked me out. Yeah.
freaked you right out.
Hello,
one of
neighbour,
my
by the way, if you're listening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if he's listening, you know. But we were sort of saying goodbye on the porch, quite romantic.
Yeah, I was going to say, that sounds
Quite a
dodgy.
nice moment, to be
Yeah.
honest. And he'd never seen Wayne, but obviously you can imagine that you'd pick Wayne out of the crowd anyway, especially a gay pride event. But anyway, he
Boom, boom.
looked over and just sung "Test the Guest,"
Yeah.
didn't he?
Yeah.
Test the...
He was singing
He
it to me
freaked Wayne out,
from
'cause
over the
Wayne didn't
road.
know who he was.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, hold on, what's going on there? Like, I don't.
Yeah,
it
it was a
really was good, wasn't it?
It was,
Oh,
yeah,
thank
it was.
you for that.
I was contemplating that for ages. So
Yes,
yeah,
you
thank you for that. Yeah, it made my day, if so they say. So yeah, Trev, I don't know. I mean, I didn't prepare a whole new
I know.
intro to a new segment going back to Test Trev, but
know.
I could sing over the other one, going Test the Trev, if you want.
Best you
But
don't.
no,
That's
best I
enough.
don't. No.
Actually, too much. That was.
Okay, but I can play the normal one, and you can have a couple of questions on pets if you want.
Honestly, mate, you do what you want to do.
Right, well, get ready for some of this on your own this week, Trev. Test the guest. I'm going to test the guest. I'm going to test the guest. I'm going to test the guest. Test the guest. I'm presuming I don't have to explain the rules to you. I mean, I know you don't listen
I
most
think
of
I've
the
got
time.
it now.
You think you've got it? Okay. After
I
about
might be
28
slow.
episodes,
I
I thought
might
you
be slow, but I've got it now.
So let's just give you a few questions just to see if you've been listening to your own gobblers, basically, throughout the whole, you know. So,
Got it.
yeah, exactly. Actually, I'm going to give you some that you should know, and then obviously so make you even more silly.
Confirmed dumbass.
Okay, the dumbassery of the top level. A term for a group of cats is A, a caggle, B, a covey, C, a clutch, or D, a clouder.
I so badly want to say clutch, obviously. don't I?
Yes, of course you
I
do.
so badly want to say clutch.
But what are you going to say? Time's
I'd like
a ticking.
to say, it's a shame. It's a shame you give me a multiple choice because a bunch of cats would just be called like a bunch of.
Yeah, I knew where you was going with that one. We don't say that word here, Trev.
But,
Come on, time's a ticking. Do. You just let it run out.
B.
You're saying a covey.
Yeah.
Well, so much for you and your cat's love. I mean, it's
I love them, but I don't know a lot about them.
well, don't, yeah, you haven't read about them, but it's a clouder. A group of cats is called a clouder. A clouder. CLOWDER.
It sounds like a kind of.
Let's give you another one. Try and redeem yourself with this one, Trev.
Clouder. I'll have a slice of clouder, please.
Well, try this one. A litter of kittens rehomed by the Blue Cross were named Amy, Penny, Bernadette, and Sheldon after characters from which TV series? There's no multiple choice here. Just go for it. Amy, Penny, Bernadette, and Sheldon should give it away, surely.
Sheldon.
Yeah.
Big Bang Theory.
You got it right.
But I've seen it once.
Which
People think I'd love it.
I know, but I knew the name is quite stuck in the mind though, isn't it? So well done there. I hate saying that. But which DJ flipped his car onto its side whilst apparently trying to avoid a cat? There's no multiple choice. You just got to guess a DJ, and it's no controversial 1970s ones.
Is it an English one?
Yes,
Give me that.
Yes, it's English. Just say a name.
Chris Evans.
No, it's Nick Grimshaw, man.
Who the hell is Nick Grimshaw?
You don't know who Nick? Right, okay, I'm moving on. It's just
This is just Nick.
This is all cats things. You should know these. What was the name of Bill Sykes' dog in Oliver Twist? Oh, this is not a cat, obviously. It's a dog because he just said that. Give it away. What was the name? And I'll give you a clue. What was the name of Bill Sykes' dog in Oliver Twist? Super smashing, marvellous, great.
Bullseye.
I thought you were going to say Jim Bowen, and I was going to say
that. To say Jim Bowen.
Yeah, I know.
Jim Bowen.
Yeah. You messed up my joke. You messed it up.
Excuse me.
Right. I think this will call this the last one. You've proved yourself to be slightly adept at animal quizzes, Trev. What is a female donkey called? And it's nothing to do with things that you're really thinking of now. I know this with you. A female donkey.
Donkey.
Yeah. What's
Margaret
it called?
Thatcher.
Well, you're just being silly. I'm sure you're being silly. Oh, no, what am I doing? I'm saying that's right. What am I doing? No, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. You'll know this. A female donkey is called a Jenny. It's a Jenny.
What?
A Jenny.
A Jenny?
Yeah, Jenny.
A Jenny?
Yeah.
Jenny the donkey?
Well, I'm going to give you one more. Just as a bonus one to redeem yourself from Margaret Thatcher. How dare you? How dare you slander the name of Maggie, the Iron Woman? What is the term used to describe when a cat rubs the side of her head on you or on furniture? Is it tagging? Is it beaning? Is it bunting? That's it.
What was the second one?
Beaning.
Beaning.
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
It'd be funny if it was dogging, but it's bunting. It's bunting, a term used to describe when a cat rubs the side of her head. Yeah, no. We mustn't say these things. So get it more serious point. Well, yeah, but okay, I'll let you off that one. We'll take that. So Trev, to end it on a different note, to show, and the saddest part of having the pets is obviously like, they're not going to be around forever, most of them, apart from my parrot, unfortunately. So I'm not going to hopefully have that experience, but hopefully he'll be sad.
From the fountain of youth.
Yeah, exactly. We don't
get a bowl of.
Well, wish you could tell me where it is, so I don't look like a rankled old scrote bag. But
looks at you, I know where it is, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Look at me.
Yeah.
But
Seriously,
the serious side of it is obviously, and it's sometimes a good lesson for kids. I mean, there's a gateway animal, isn't there, that kids have, like hamsters and things, guinea pigs. They only last a couple of years, and the kid has to go through, and you obviously, depending on the kid's age, you'll tell them that they've gone to heaven or just gone for a holiday for a long time or whatever, but obviously as they get older, it can kind of teach kids about the sadness that we all have to face in our life, about loss and things like that. And I know that obviously your cat you had before is called El Diablo, funny enough, so he's probably having a great time, to be fair, wherever he is now. But I know that obviously it was a tough time for you when you lost your cat. So I wondered if you didn't mind talking about it, Trev, just to express what it was like for you.
Yeah, I look back and it's just like, but yeah, he was so old. He was like 20.
Wow.
And you could just see how thin and that he was. I come down for breakfast before I went to work, and I sat on the couch eating the cereal, and I looked at him, and he sort of looked up at me, and he was like, and he tried to kind of walk across the couch to sit on my lap, and he kind of stumbled and fell on the floor. So I immediately picked him up. And I picked him up, and he was so kind of frail. And I sort of held him in my arm with his head sort of looking at my face. And I just watched his eyes close.
Oh.
and honestly, the howl, I saw his little chest kind of stop breathing. And like the howl I let out, like emotionally, was awful. You could hear it probably. It absolutely devastated me. It was just, It was like some kind of movie ending.
Yeah.
It was just like.
You'd never be prepared for that, can you? You can never be prepared.
No, and I look back, and it was the best way to lose a loved pet, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Better than any other way. There's so many awful ways it can happen.
Yes.
But that was just lovely.
Yeah.
And he was so cool. And as you say, that when I moved in on my own in my flat, it was me and him.
Yeah, it was your companion. And
and I've actually got his name tattooed on my back.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the story of that.
No one can take away from you have cool names for your cats, what cat wouldn't want to be called El Diablo,
Diablo or Pliskin.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what it's about, though, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You've just thanks for that, Trevor. Seriously, because it's hard to talk about these things. People really do care about their pets as part of their family. Anyone who is experiencing a loss of a pet, do understand there are resources out there that can help you in the same way as there are for people, family members you've lost. The PDSA is a good resource for all things pets and loss and looking after them, or what you want to know about having a type of pet.
If you've been taking him to the same vet all those years, they must be able to put you in contact with someone.
Exactly. Of course they will. Yeah.
And I understand. I found that getting another pet or a couple of pets as we've got now, 2 cats, you find that helps. People say, "Oh, they're never replaced," and they're never replaced.
No, it's different. They're different personalities.
It gets you sort of more set. As I said.
Well, you get used to that. The life goes on. Unfortunately, it's part of the world. The world does go on. You got to start living it again, and it's the same when you lose people, isn't it? Unfortunately, it sounds sad and everything else, but you have to just get on with it and try and make the most of the time we have. We've spoke about that already, so we don't need to go on about that. But on to a brighter note, I suppose. Trev, end of season. Have you enjoyed season 2? It's been great, isn't it?
I've enjoyed it. I haven't enjoyed your company because it's been...
No, that doesn't get any better. Well, yours doesn't either, to be fair. But that's just me going, no, because you've already said it. But
it feels like we're sort of stuck together now.
But like that film, like that Farrelly Brothers film. Yeah, Stuck on You.
Actually, quick story about that. I actually walked out on that.
Did you?
When I saw it at the cinema. Yeah, I went to see it after work. I used to live near the cinema. I used to go to the cinema after work. And I thought it was so lousy. I don't walk out of many films. I actually
quite like it.
But then I own it now, and I think I have watched it again. It is quite
music. It's got music. You've got to be in the right mood for them kind of Farrelly Brothers things. Yeah, exactly.
No, that's how I feel like with you.
Yeah, thanks for that.
That's all right. That's cool.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, one day I'm just hanging around hoping one day you'll say something nice, but
exactly. Every time you'll get a better offer.
Yeah. Well, that's not likely to happen with me, is it? But it is what it is. Stuck with each other. But hopefully you'll be here for season 3. Well, you're not. Again, I'm not referencing you passing away or something. I don't want to have to go through that.
I think subliminal. I think you want me.
I know that's 2 weeks in a row I've said something like that.
Reference.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I don't mean it like that. And that's not. I'm not, some people would say that's putting it out there to the stars, and I'm trying to make it happen. That's honestly not.
Talking of season 3.
Yes.
I think we were thinking as well. We've got plans for it, but if any of you guys that listen and would like to, come up with something, we'll always listen.
Be constructive. Yeah, of course. Yeah, but the listeners are all part of the experience for us, and a part of it. We try and interact as much as we can. We'd like to do more.
In other words, what I'm saying is, if you message and say, like, get rid of Wayne, if there's enough of them, then it's obviously got to happen, isn't it?
Well, yeah. So basically, you're putting out an application for my job. So, okay. Yeah, for somebody to replace me. So there you go. There it is, straight from the horse's mouth. My job's up for grabs if you want to have a go at that. Thanks, Trev. Cheers. Right. This is ending on a high, isn't it? The end of the last season, I was going, what are you going to do with your life? This one, you're just trying to out me. Not in that kind of way, but
I feel like I feel like this has been like a training scheme, like a YTS for me, and now I've got
Joe Rogan's waiting.
Proper job. But no, we were talking of that as well. I think me and you mentioned spoke about it, that we've got a few sponsors lined up.
We have got some. We're doing episode sponsorship, and we're doing podcast sponsorship. Obviously, podcast sponsorship means the whole shebang. Branding on the episodes and branding on the website and on all the experiences. Episode branding means you can just for a small amount. Sponsor an episode. You'll get
an opportunity.
Yeah, you'll get an advert at the start. There is opportunities.
We don't really care what it is, do we?
No. It's we, as you say, there is topics that we have that obviously would suit certain products or a service or whatever it is. But you can choose. Yeah, but exactly. To be honest, I'd like that kind of irony with things.
Oh yeah, exactly. But, one we did mention was like a Viagra company.
Yeah, well, I could just hopefully we'll get some freebies out of it because I've got no chance.
You might need it.
I do. Yeah. But what are we talking about that now? I thought we was off air. But it's just the therapy sessions we have after we finish. But so in anything like that, as usual, if you don't go to the website, there's information on there, amlopodcast.com. Thanks for listening during season 2. Season 3 is going to be a bit different again.
Gets us by.
Yeah, thank you. We really do appreciate it.
And all the guests we've had on there.
Yeah, without the guests. I've loved it. Yeah. It's been much harder work than the first season, and I'm not going to say anything detrimental to you, Trev, because that's just tit for tat, and I'm not into that. I'm nice to you always. I've developed you into the next Joe Rogan, and you won't even have me as your management. It's terrible, but it is what it is. On to the next things. We're hoping to have more segments and more. I'll probably be too lazy because all this editing lark. Trying to edit Trev's like grunts and groans out of every episode is just becoming a chore. But and all the abuse. To be honest, I had a whole half-hour episode of abuse the other day. I thought, well, I better just cut the whole thing out. But
you said you like that. You said, like, give me what for?
I do seriously listen to it when I'm in bed. Just listen to your voice, give you in dirty. But terrible. But
People
thanks.
pay money for that, mate.
Exactly, they would. And let's hope they do. But so that's the end. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
And we'll see you on the next season.
Number 3.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please leave a rating and review and visit our website at www.amlopodcast.com to check out all the links and resources in the show notes. Start living them good times. See you next time.